Scrappy friends. Scrappy Kathy here with another challenge accepted. And this week our challenge is the Redefined Kreative Thursday night sketch of the week, which was published last Thursday night, and you'll be seeing this video on this Thursday. So we may actually, in order to enter for the drawing, Shannon and I may secretly post our layouts a little bit early. So in any case, I love this sketch. It's got a really nice pattern paper here and what looks like a solid there, and then there's a band that you hardly see that goes across behind these. In this one, there are 3 photos. I'm actually going to include 2 photos in mine, and I'm going to actually do this page without photos because it's a Christmas page. It's done with Christmas supplies from my counterfeit kit for this month, and I've chosen supplies from my December Mind the Scrap kit and thrown in a few stash items like this black and white. I'm committed to using a page, at least a page from a pad on every layout this year. So this is from a 12 by 12 pad, and everything you see here came from a 6 by 6 pad that came in the kit. And so what I've done is, this was meant to be a series of little banners that you could cut out individually. I cut the whole thing out, put some little ribbons and twine, cut them down about halfway through so I could curl them up, put some foam here so that those curls would stick up. This one is meant to mimic the one that has the tab on it. I added a tab that came in there, added this little first class mail, popped all that up on foam. This was the bottom half of something that I'd cut the sentiment out on an earlier layout. So that will go, oh, it didn't stick very well, did it? And that's okay because I'm going to be adding. These white things are the mats for the photos that I'll print. This one is a tag that I actually have to add some ribbon to, and I'll try to find a ribbon that I've used. Here, I'll use this. And maybe we'll see if I can do it in a bow that comes down over it. What this was a tag from the 6 by 6 pad. I think it was from the same sheet as these guys. It was a cutout page. And then it wasn't big enough, and I didn't want to just have it butting right up onto this pink holly berry paper. So, and here's my nemesis, tying bows. I tried one time to use at my local scrapbooking store. They've got these wonderful bow tying machines that help them tie just the most gorgeous bows. Okay, this one looks kind of okay, so yay, it must be you guys doing that. Okay, so I've got that there, and it has just the cutest little hedgehog here saying joy to the world. And I've got this one where it has my title, which is Together. And this photo is going to be a picture of all of us together on the Christmas day that we'll celebrate, probably a week from Friday, when Ava comes home here. And this one will be a photo of Ava opening one of her Blockbuster gifts. And I'll have to consult her dad on which one he would like to feature on this page. So I've got those kind of laid out in that order. Let me do this next. This is a paper from the kit, and I'm just going to glue that to the bottom. And then instead of a white strip or a strip of pattern paper across the center because I don't want to run out of pattern paper. I expect to do lots more scrapping. I committed this scrapping to be our Christmas when we celebrate it in January when Ava comes home. Okay, we got all of these wonderful washi tapes, and I thought about using this one, maybe a double row of that one. I do like it because it does have some brown pine cones in there that kind of go nicely with the brownish red at the bottom here. But I've opted for this one instead. I could use both probably, but the fact is it's not much of it's going to show. So I shouldn't bother with it at all, but I'm going to. Okay, this tape goes with the same collection as the 6x6 paper pad. Let me see that I make sure I get that on there evenly. Because even though not much of it shows, I think the parts that do show would show if they were off. Okay, so this will match nicely with the colors in the tags, which is from a different collection. I've got 3 scraps here and a greenery punch that I love to use. So we'll see if I think I could use a little bit of that. So this is the first one. I'm going to kind of dry fit the layout. See that little bit of stripe that shows right there? I love it. Okay, let me push this forward. Okay, and then I'm going to kind of do that one that way. This one might go a little bit that way, and then this one can go that way. I think I probably need to put this one down first because I need to be sure that those banners don't stick off the page. That'll make it really hard to put in an album. So I'm actually going to do it straight because, and then I'll let these others kind of go a little bit off. Now these little bits of ribbon and twine will go on the photo, or will kind of overlap the photo, but that's okay. And let me go here and here. And I'm going to bring this one up and have it kind of tilted a little bit that way, and then that leaves me with this one. This one, actually, this is a piece of ephemera from a different Christmas collection, and the word together is overlaid on top of that with some foam, and that photo will be able to tuck in under there. So I've got that. Okay, so again, like I said, you're not seeing much of that washi tape, and so now it's kind of embellishment time without, hurting without interfering with my plans to mount those photos. So I can't really overlap those with anything. I am reserving the right to overlap them down the road. So does that look good there? Okay, I've got, what is this? Over the river and through the woods. Not really appropriate here, but very cute, and I don't think I'd seen that before. Okay, I think what I'm going to do now is just something that has nothing to do with these clusters. Up here, I wanted to, on one side, maybe do some of these acrylic overlay snowflakes. And I'm going to go ahead and glue them. I'll put a little bit of liquid glue in the center. It'll dry matte and will not show, but if it does, I can always put some, put a sequin or some bling or something like, or an enamel dot. I'm going to put that there right now. I think I'm going to let it stick up because that will be at the top of the page protector in the album, and I think it's kind of cute, and because it's on there with this liquid glue, it'll never even think about coming off. And what I'm doing here is just on one side, kind of covering some of the white. These are silver on one side and gold on the other. And it's amazing how they did that. I'm going to kind of work this one in, and I'll just do the ones over on this side. There is some fake faded tape up here, and I kind of wanted to leave that. Let me punch some of these here. Okay, there's a pink one. I'm going to kind of do a maybe a grouping of these. I'll let that one curl up. I'll group all three of these kind of over here. Okay, I'm glad you can't see the excruciatingly painful look on my face as I'm trying to do that. Okay, I'm going to put that one a little bit away from there, and then I'll put the green one on top of those two. This is one of my older punches, and it could possibly use some conditioning with, oh, what is it they're supposed to use? Some sandpaper. I did that back in the day when I was doing a lot more card making, and my punches needed to be perfect. Okay, that is fine. This again is going to be a quickie. I am perfectly happy with this much white or black and white plaid space. You know what? This guy's, well, I can cut that off. His antlers are extending off the page. So let me get my good scissors, which are right here, and trim that. That does not bother me. It's kind of like, you know, that's sort of a design technique, is to have something extending off the page. Okay, I think it's done. It's not finished. I'll probably put something out there that that shows the photos that I take and then later use. But it's my Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas page together, and joy to the world, and first class mail. So thanks for watching. Hope you had a wonderful Christmas, and I fully expect that we will once our baby girl gets home. Bye. Thanks for watching.